Reports. Report by the mayor. I will only take one moment and say I am incredibly honored to serve on this council and to serve as mayor of the city of Aurora. I'm looking forward to the next 4 years, and it is and indeed an honor. Thank you. Reports by council. Councilmember Laguerre.
Yes, Mayor, I too wanted to thank the voters of Aurora for electing me and returning me to the city council. It was an honor for me to serve previously, and I'm humbled and honored to be able to serve again. So thank you to the voters in Aurora.
Councilmember Hunter Holen.
I would also like to thank the citizens of Aurora for this honor, and I'll do the best to serve you the best I can. Thank you.
Okay. Councilmember Markert.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. As well, I'm delighted to continue to serve for the best ward in the city, including the home of the mayor, Councilmember Fitzgerald, lots of Commissioner Jackson, and so on. We're back at work. The ward meeting is this Thursday, the 17th. We'll be at Fire Stations 11 on Iliff and Joliet. All the newly elected, the mayor and the newly elected at-large folks have been invited. Hope you can stop in. We'll give you a big Ward 4 welcome. We're also going to talk about the replacement of the Yale Bridge, which for those folks commuting into Ward 5 and 6 will need to know is happening by the end of the year. There will not be a Yale Street Bridge. So pay attention. So we'll have the folks talking about that at the ward meeting as well. Also, it's never too early to start thinking about the holidays. The city put together an entire holiday volunteer guide, everything from helping with Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners, Meals on Wheels, toy drives, holiday parties, toy packing, Food Bank of the Rockies, and Adopt a Family. So there are flyers available, and I think the information's on the city website under the volunteer program. Lend a hand.
Councilmember Roth.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to congratulate the folks that were newly elected and thank the people in Ward 5 for your confidence in me. You know, I've told several people I didn't feel like I was less of a council member by being appointed. It was very nice to have the confidence of the 10 members on council that appointed me to Ward 5 a year ago. But I realized that on November 1st, when I was elected, that it was different. It was really nice to have the confidence of 10 people. To have over 6,000 actually vote for me was a great honor, and it's a privilege to serve you, and I look forward to the next 4 years. We will be starting up our Ward 5 Town Hall meetings again in January, and I am looking for input from folks in Ward 5 on what city departments you'd like to hear more about or get educated on, and what topics you'd like to hear about in the coming year. Thank you very much.
Councilmember Broom.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to recognize the city staff that did such a great job on November 2nd. Obviously, they worked for several months on this to put on the Aurora Veterans Salute at the Wings Over the Rockies. It was a snowy day. I think it was sold out a couple months ahead of the event, and most of the 1,700 people did show up. There was special recognition given to the veterans from Vietnam. Those folks were pretty much ignored when they came back from that particular war, and I think they really appreciated the special recognition they got. And again, a big thanks to the city staff that put that on.
Councilmember Fitzgerald.
Mayor, thank you. I told you before the meeting I had about 2 minutes, so I'll try and shorten it. As a councilman at large, I have 3 or 4 or 5 points that I would like to pursue over the next year, just so the newly configured council knows. The first one is to relieve us of the prohibition against a racetrack. I think we need to do that, get it on the ballot next year. The next one is to study the feasibility and the numbers of becoming the city and county of Aurora. We're in 3 counties. We have 335,000 people, and by the time this would come to a vote, we'd have almost 350,000 people. The other thing is I'd like to see us create a statute that will allow us to take it to our constituents and our representatives for purposes of municipal economic development without the concept of blight. Fourth, what I'd like to see is us, of course, continue that 1.9 mils of tax, which I referred to earlier, and I won't go into an oops moment. That was it. 4.
Anyone want to follow? Oh, yes, Councilmember Peterson.
I would just like to tell the folks that if you get a chance, get out to the History Museum and check out the Festival of Wreaths. This year, there's over 45 wreaths that are decorated by various people that donate them to the History Museum, and it's open Tuesday through Sunday. You can stop in, look at the wreaths, and bid on one if you'd like, and they're really neat. So, and then I want to once again second it, the Bob Broom had mentioned the veteran salute, and that was really fantastic. It was so neat to see that the Vietnam veterans finally be recognized. It was a very moving program, and I thought that was really wonderful. So that's it. Thanks.
Mayor.
Councilmember Miller, were you? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A lot going on tonight. Obviously, I'd like to thank or congratulate all of our newly elected colleagues. Look forward to working with all of you. And I really enjoyed working with Mayor Tower and Councilman Pierce and Councilman Frazier. We appreciate all your work. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. Our 10th annual Joy Drive is starting in North Aurora. We're collecting all sorts of goods. We'll have some information on our city website, toothpaste, clothing, children's toys, different things like that. You're more than welcome to drop them off at the front desk of the Martin Luther King Library. And we have a lot of volunteers. You're more than welcome to come and volunteer putting baskets together for, I think it's over 40 different charities that we actually support in Aurora. So it's a great cause. Also, you'll be seeing a lot more about Fletcher Station on the news, hopefully. If you live in the 810 zip code and you have not received a questionnaire or a survey from the Postal Service, please go to the Fletcher Station post office and at the desk, actually request one, and they'll be taking your input during the decision process to whether Fletcher Station remains open or not. And I really wanted to, probably most importantly tonight, talk about 4 of our officers. When we talk about public safety, a lot of it's very generic. A lot of people think speeding tickets and whatever it might be, but we have a number of heroes in the city, and I have to tell you, 4 officers really stood out in the line of duty on October 30th. There was a house fire in North Aurora. 2 children were trapped inside, and their fire was blocking the front and the rear entrance, and these 4 officers arrived before everybody else, and they pried bars off the windows to get inside this house. They went in without any gear, no protective gear, and they did it to reach these 2 children, and they actually got them out of the house. It's not often that you hear of such bravery at that level, and I just want to make sure that Sergeant Johnsgard, Officers Irons, Officer Collins, and Officer DeClaire are really recognized for their work and their bravery above the call of service that they normally do on a daily basis. So thank you very much for your efforts. They're greatly appreciated by the city and the folks of Aurora.
Councilmember Berzins.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I'd like to make an appointment. I would like to appoint Adrian Markopoulos to the Citizens Advisory Budget Committee and remind everybody that we have a lot of openings in our boards and commissions. It's a great opportunity to get involved with the city. So if you are serving on something now and want to add to it, now's a great time. With the new year coming up, good New Year's resolution, get more involved with the city. So I would appreciate that. And I, too, would like to say thank you to our veterans. We do appreciate your service. And we're not going to meet again until the 28th. So I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And be safe and enjoy being with your family and your friends. And just make it a quiet time to relax and kind of come together. Thank you.
That's the end of reports by council. Public invited to be heard. I have no speaker slips, but if there's somebody out there who really wants to speak, now's the time. Anyone other than former Mayor Tower? All right, no public invited to be heard. Then we are adjourned.